Arrival is the final video in the Denis Villeneuve series until Blade Runner 2049. And after watching this movie, I honestly don't know how Villeneuve could get any better given what he's made already. Like Issondi, Arrival is a much more emotional and intimate film than normal, and the amount of meat in this movie in the story just blows me away, so I'm gonna get right into it. The marketing for Arrival is ironic given the film's overarching theme. The posters and trailers all make Arrival out to be an alien invasion film, and while I would be interested to see what Denis would do with something like that, it's not even close to what Arrival is focused on. The aliens themselves are a tool for exploring Arrival's theme, hence why I think the marketing is ironic. In short, Arrival is about communication and its barriers, so it's funny that the way the film is shown to the public is as something that it's not trying to be. More ironic still is the fact that a heavy focus of Arrival's exploration is the consequences of not sharing information with each other as a species and as separate countries. This isn't the only idea the film tackles either. There is commentary on communication in relationships, emotional communication, communication between the government and the people, between the government and the government, between the government and other governments, communication when some of the information is considered dangerous. Honestly, the sheer number of things that I was taking out of this film having seen it for the second time tonight is blowing me away. This is a movie I knew was going to be more interesting the second time, and I felt like every few minutes I picked up on some new connection between what was happening and what I knew was going to happen. I don't think I've ever seen a movie with such dedication to a single idea or one that explores it so thoroughly. Furthermore, the fact that I was watching Arrival for the second time and was picking up on so many new things gave me a whole new appreciation for the ending of the film. While I was initially reserved about how convenient it was the first time, this time I think it adds another interesting idea to the movie. I think I may end up doing an analysis of everything going on in Arrival because of how much I love discovering examples of its commentary, like a small scene with a soldier trying to talk to his wife about what he's doing with the alien ship, and being unable to calm his wife down because he can't actually tell her what's happening. All he can do is say it'll be okay. Obviously, there are small sequences like this littered throughout the film, and then there's sequences where Amy Adams' character is translating the alien writing that can be easily taken at face value. Beyond this, I feel like every part of the movie is another example of communication. I've never watched a movie where nearly every conversation made me excited about its connection to the film's overall theme. Arrival's screenplay is one of my favorites of the 21st century, I'm going to be straight up. A criticism of the film, however, is that some of its characters were entirely interchangeable. I do to some extent agree that the specific role of characters like Forrest Whitaker's Colonel Weber could be replaced if the movie wasn't so focused on its theme. Every character plays a very specific role in Arrival's commentary on communication. Someone like Jeremy Renner's Ian is much subtler in his connection to the theme, and it's not something that you can fully appreciate until the full context of the film is clear to you. Because of this, I think that a lot of the characters don't really need anything outside of being interesting and likable, and most of them are both of those things, as well as being a contribution to the film's commentary, which is their main purpose. Denis' direction of Arrival is very similar to that of Issondi, meaning that he focuses his cinematography and editing on the characters rather than making a tense scene. I think the softer images and shallow depth of field work very well with the intimacy of the more emotional moments of Arrival, especially towards the end. There is a nice amount of handheld in the cinematography, which is a new feature for Villeneuve, and I think it was used in the right spots and fit in very nicely with the regular style. Something that I think works well in tandem with the intimate side of the film is the way Arrival handles the introduction of the aliens. There's a sense throughout the film that as the characters become more adjusted to the presence of the aliens, so do the different aspects of the film. The cinematography that is used in the first scene of the alien ship is jarring and weird. Arrival has the subtlest and probably best use of the vertigo shot that I've ever seen. The vertigo shot being where you zoom out and push in on the character, keeping them in proportion but revealing more of the background. Additions like this made me feel as uneasy as the characters when first introduced to the aliens. The way the visuals adapt to the aliens is something that I thought would carry over to the music, and it does in some sense, but for the most part I think it's designed to first mimic the voices of the aliens, and second, it sounds like whale songs almost, so maybe the music was drawing a comparison to the way animals communicate, I'm not entirely sure. Either way, I did appreciate that part of the score related to communication and part of it relaxed and became less tense as the visuals did. The most significant part of Arrival is the reason that I'm going to watch it so many more times after this, and that's the screenplay. It's definitely the best of Denis' movies, and...
Arrival? That's when the arrival is... let me get a definition up for you. Arrival. Arrival definition. get out of my upcoming flight to fucking Auckland. I don't want that. Arrival definition. The action or process of arriving gets a 10 out of 10.